Hey guys, how are you today? I'm Andrew with GC Termite Control, and I'm here to talk to you about a fumigation preparation checklist. Most properties here in the United States are going to be needed to be fumigated one time or another. Usually in San Diego, California, it is recommended every 5 to 10 years, depending on the area and depending on the level of activity. But nonetheless, whenever you fumigate the property, you have to get it ready for the process. So there's a couple different points that you have to take into consideration to make sure that it's ready to be tented. Okay, so the first and most important step it's gonna be to bag or remove any food or consumable items that are on the property. That includes any medicines, any fruits, any vegetables, pretty much anything that goes from the mouth in. If those are items are canned or glass items that are airtight sealed from the factory, you can leave them behind, and it's not gonna be a problem. They're gonna be sealed, so the gas is not gonna penetrate them. The second item that you're gonna have to take into consideration, it's gonna be your plants on your property. So that means that you are gonna have to remove any living plants from inside of the house, and also around the property. You're gonna have to trim those ones that are in really close contact with your property. So usually we need 18 inches at least, so that we can put the tent behind the plant, so that we can successfully save it. A lot of the times, the tops, we can move them back with some ropes or something like that. Just secure them during the process. That way the plants, they can survive it, and they can be, pretty after the process is still. Okay. Another item that you're gonna have to consider is on your mattresses. If they have any bedbug covers or any plastic covers, those ones do have to be removed during the process. You can just remove them and leave them on the side of the bed. The only problem is that with those covers, they because they create like a bubble effect, the fumigant could get trapped in that bubble, and then it's not gonna aerate correctly at the end. So again, you can just remove them, leave them on the side, and it's not gonna be an issue. Another item that it's really important, it's if you have any vehicles on the property, any motorcycles, those ones, the best case scenario is to remove them. If you have vehicles that cannot be moved, like for example if you're restoring one, or they just don't work at the moment, you can leave them behind. Just be aware that because they're going to be working on the area, things could happen even though we are really careful. So as I mentioned, that's why it's recommended to remove them. But if you do leave them behind, you can just leave the keys behind, leave the vehicle open, and that way we're gonna have full access to it. And yeah, that way it's not gonna be a problem. We can fumigate with the vehicle under, as long as there's no food or any of the items that are prohibited. Another important thing is if you have any valuables on your property, any jewelry, anything that's really expensive, $1 million laying around, it is recommended to remove it from the property. Even though our crew, and usually all fumigation crews, are going to be really respectful, and they're not really there to steal or anything like that. They're there to do their job. You don't want to leave temptation, so remove anything that's really valuable. Also, don't forget, we do have to inspect the safe on the property. So if you have anything in there, just make sure that again you remove them. Maybe you can put it on a safety deposit box on the bank, just to avoid any inconveniences. Also, if you have any pets, any fish, any cats, dogs, really any type of pet that's living in the house, those ones, they do have to be removed during the process. So it's better if you find an area where you can take them with you during the fumigation, or you can put them on boarding, but they just couldn't be on the property or on the surroundings of it. The reason why, it's because a lot of the pets, they try to get back into the house when the homeowners are not there, so they can try to dig under the tarp or something like that, and you just don't want an accident to happen. So it's recommended just all the pets remove them from the property. Another good good point to remember. It's medical breathing apparatus or oxygen systems, pretty much. Those ones, they do need to be removed from the house as well. So if you have any oxygen tanks, any systems, just take them with you during the process. In most cases, they're going to be needed during those 3 days in any case, but it's still, you don't want to leave anything behind. And of course, being that the property is going to be fumigated and they have to tarp all the structure, it is recommended that if you do have any objects like sheds or tires, firewood, people have all types of stuff up against their properties, it's recommended that you remove them from the perimeter. That way we can get a good seal and we don't damage any of your items that are on your house. And lastly, we do shut off the gas for the fumigation here in San Diego and in California in general. So in San Diego, SDG&E is going to be the company that goes and shuts off the gas for the property. We as the termite company usually take care of handling the gas cancellation appointment, but as the homeowner, you are responsible to call them so that they can reinstate service. So usually we're going to be giving you some paperwork where we're going to have all the contact numbers, all the information that you need to know to reinstate the service, so you don't have to worry there. But you just got to make sure that you call them to set up that appointment so that after the fumigation you're going to have gas on your property. The gas gets shut off because we're going to be tarping, we're going to be sealing your house. So in the case that you have any leaks, if there's any sparks with one of the fans, or something happens, an explosion could occur. So for that reason, it's been, I believe, over 50 years that they made it a requirement. So we just need to shut off the gas, and afterwards they turn it back on. It's not a big problem. When they go and turn off the gas back onto your property, SDG&E and its inspector, they're gonna check your house to make sure that everything is okay, that you don't have any leaks, all your vents are working properly, etc. So you also get a little bit of a safety check to make sure it after I don't know how many years it's been, that the property is still in good condition. And if not, that way it's the time to resolve them, so that way no problems or there's no safety hazards on the property. But so these are pretty much the most important points, the most important items for the checklist in order to prepare for a fumigation. If you are going to fumigate your property, do be aware that we set up an appointment, or most companies will set up an appointment for us to go and meet you before the fumigation process. That way we can provide you the fumigation bags, we can provide you with instructions, we can provide you with some brochures, and answer any questions that you might have, because every situation is different. So we want to make sure that we cover all the bases and that all your questions are answered, so that the process goes with no problems, flawlessly. And everybody at the end is going to be happy, the termites are going to be controlled, and everybody's going to be safe. If you have any questions, do please leave them in the comment box below. And if you need to fumigate, give us a call. Our phone number is 619-421-2101. We service the entire San Diego area, and we do offer a 2-year guarantee with all our over fumigations. Okay, so once again, this is Andrew with GC Termite Control, and I hope that you have a great day.